gonna be shy. Say happy Wednesday. Can you say happy Wednesday? Okay, happy Wednesday. I've got Weston here and he's been playing, but he said he'd pop in to say hi to some of you. As soon as you say hi, you can go. I think he's really shy today. Either that or he's kind of stuck and snuggly with grandma, which is okay too. So thanks for joining in. I had a little moment of panic. I wanted to go live and I updated my phone this morning and realized that Facebook changed where that is, and I almost couldn't see the option to go live. I'm like, are you serious? I have my card ready and I have no idea how to connect with you guys. So I was so happy that I could find where to find my live option again on this business Facebook page. So if any of you have something like that that you have trouble with, let me know and I'll tell you how to find it. So okay, say bye, ladies. Bye, stampers. Say bye, stampers. Okay, Weston's gonna go play. All right. Hi, Tori. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Joan. Hi, Barb. And hi, Diane. So I am going to show you Dawn Earlbeck's card number 2 for her virtual stamp party. I'm super excited how it turned out. You kind of go, oh, right, this is what I kind of want to happen. And then when it really does, it's really exciting, at least in my world of card making. So this is card number 2. And I'm using the Oh So Ombre paper. And I love that the sunshine is coming in my window here. And it almost makes the card look like it's got some kind of foil in it. And I say that often when people are ordering this and we're talking on the phone, it almost feels like there should be kind of some kind of shimmer shine to the surface of it, but it's just the dark to light that makes it so special, and it's really kind of a fun paper. It has been one of the more popular options that people have been picking for their free celebration choice. Hey there, Pam. Thanks for joining in. So with that, today is already like the halfway point then for Dawn's little 3-card stint here that I'm doing for her virtual party. And it's just been fun to pull out new products every single day for you guys. So just going to see if I can get my iPad going here quick, and that way it can catch your comments. And if it doesn't pop up quick, I might just start anyway, just so that I don't waste your time either. So you never know. Sometimes this thing like pops up really quick and then the next time not so much. So there I am. I'm going to set this down. Meanwhile, I went to the doctor this morning, and I'll just touch on that for my checkup, and great news. So my blood clot issue has been pretty much resolved, and so just kind of have to keep an eye on that. So that's what kind of had me out for a few days, because it could have been kind of serious, but not really. So because it's looking a lot better. But I can lift a little bit more as of today and do a few more things. So it's all, and it looks really, really good. So that was great news. I know I hate to take up time on here, but I know so many of you have been wondering. So I wanted to touch base on that too. And I think some of you have been concerned, like seeing all that I'm doing, like, is it too much? And they say, you know, keep using your fingers and keep everything moving. So if you see me pop on without my brace, don't be alarmed about that too. Tonight, later, I'm going to try making some cards without a brace. And I think that's going to feel weird because it is pretty floppy because it's really, really weak. So, but things like that will be good for me. So yeah, thanks, Cheryl. I'm excited about that. So let me get my phone turned around here, my camera, so that I can show you how I'm putting this card together for you. The card base is Blackberry Bliss, and just pulling that part of it out too just made me really happy because I haven't used Blackberry Bliss for a while. And you ever go, why don't I use this color? I love this color, and sometimes I get stuck on, this is what Stampin' Up! Has given me. Like yesterday, I loved the cute chick dies and wanted to use those, but I didn't think they'd look as cute with Blackberry Bliss. So I think that's how I pick my colors, is maybe like the fun DSP that Stampin' Up! puts out. If they don't have anything to coordinate with it, well, then I'm not going to go with it. So yeah, so the Blackberry Bliss, just a nice deep berry type color there too. So then The butterflies here I haven't used for a while either, and I was kind of inspired by something I saw on Pinterest, and I probably should have grabbed her name because I could give her credit, but by the time I switched up things, it really doesn't look all that similar anymore. So I think we all can like see how that happens. So the butterfly Gala here is where the butterflies are coming from. And one of my favorite things about this set, besides the whole different bunch of butterflies that you can put in here for different styles and different occasions. I love the sentiments in here. So the one I'm using today, You've Been on My Mind, and I think we all like those types of cards. So whenever I'm making cards to send out for you guys to use and copy, I try and look for sentiments like that because you guys always tell me how much you like those types. So we've got some little antennas, little bodies. I'm not using these today. I actually chose to use my blends. I see Carol's on here. Hi, Carol. I'm actually going to color, but Carol, you could do like some inking and stamping with that. Carol doesn't like to color. Okay, I like to pick on people when I see them, but I also like to also mention that I know what you guys like and don't like too. So that is, if you like to follow along, on page from the annual catalog, page 79. So, oops, oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so page 79, and so that's the stamp set, and then the coordinating punch for that is in the back too. And so you can see that the punch the images have the the ivory or vanilla kind of color there to say that there's a punch that coordinates with it. So that is the punch that I'm using today too. And then the pretty paper, I'm actually using two different sheets here. So one sheet's kind of that base background, and then the next is just a sliver. So the pretty free celebration paper, this is what I did. So I just trimmed it 5 1/4 by 4. So I have a 3/4 trim piece that I hope to have a use for that down the road, and then also a 2-inch strip left over because it's a 6 by 6, and then this just trims down too. So I just kind of did 5 1/4, so I trimmed off 3/4, and then I just split this across, so I had 3 sections of 2 inches to put in the middle there. So like I said, I love how these things go together, and how fun it would be to make the same exact card, basically doing that same thing with the ombre in the Bermuda Bay too. So I think that'd be a fun, pretty color for butterflies as well. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Julie. So if you're looking where that pretty paper is in the celebration brochure, it's on page 7 there. And even in that picture too, it almost looks like it has a shimmer shine. It is just regular pretty paper, but it just gives off that kind of tone that it might have a little bit more specialness than there really is, but that's kind of fun. So as I was cutting my paper for today, hey Drake, fun to see you on here, honey. I was thinking how pretty this looks just in the little pieces that I have put together, and I haven't even started assembling the cards. So that's always kind of fun when you look at the different pieces and go, this is going to be good before it even starts. So let me start by stamping. Today I don't even have to use my big shot. Everything is kind of highlighted with the pretty paper and such. So I'm going to pull out my Memento Black ink pad. Hello there, Brenda. Good to see you on here too. And I'm just going to ink up. So as you can see here, these two butterflies, well, all the butterflies that are big and small actually are on like connected together. So when you put them on your stamp, they're together, and which is great because the punch is exactly that same way. So I love it when Stampin' Up! Cares enough to help us out in that kind of way. So I have a small and a large butterfly there, and that is going to, like I said, coordinate with this punch too. So so you can kind of see how that would be helpful to have them. But I have also, I will be honest, taken some of my stamps in the same stamp set. There's different designs. I've actually cut them apart so that I can just stamp and punch out maybe just big ones or small ones, but it's so easy if you cut them just in a quick line. It's very easy to get them to go back on a block and have them line up with your punch later. So that's kind of a fun thing to let you know about too. So for my coloring today, I'm using some Blackberry Bliss blends. And let me grab my glasses quick so that I can actually do a decent job coloring. Okay, so what I did different today is I'm going to start with a little one up here. Instead of outlining in the dark and filling in with the light that I usually kind of do, I thought, well, my paper kind of looks darker on the bottom, lighter on the top. So that is what I am doing with my butterflies when I color them in too. So I'm just filling in totally my bottom part of the butterfly with the darker of the blends, like so, and then just filling that in. So for those of you that think, oh, coloring isn't my thing, this is a really easy way to color in because it doesn't take much time at all. Keeping my fingers, I hope, out of the view of the camera. It's always the hardest thing for me to do. So that's the darker. And then I'm just going to take my lighter one here and fill that in, and that's going to kind of give even the butterflies the ombre look that's going to match the paper that we're working with too. So the ombre paper has been shipped out again. For those of you that did order some and notice that it was on back order, it is shipping out. So Stampin' Up! Has kind of guaranteed that none of these items this go around for celebration is going to sell out, and that's exciting to me because there's nothing worse than that last week of ordering when people want things. I don't like to tell them it's sold out, which brings me to another thing is those pastel pearls. I didn't think they were going to be back until like March 1st. I just ordered some for somebody today, and that would actually have been pretty with this project today too. So Brenda is wondering about my gray mat here. So this is the Stampin' Pierce mat, and so I didn't say anything when I stamped my butterflies out. Anytime I use a photopolymer, so that's like the see-through stamp, I use my mat. Let me grab this stamp. So this is like the red rubber cling, and it clings to that, but obviously you can't see through it because there's cushion and kind of that rubbery cushion and such of that makeup. Then I don't have to use, it's kind of like the cushiony from this pad is already part of the stamp. So whenever I have the photopolymer that is see-through, then I use my Stampin' Mat because it almost helps the ink to adhere to the cardstock when I'm using it, and I just get a way better stamped image. Something like this actually stamps pretty decent, but if I have a stamp that is more of a solid image, say I had a solid balloon, or during Valentine's I had a heart that was pretty solid, and it was almost like 100% that I would need this pad to get all the ink to kind of just suck right on from the ink surface of the stamp right onto my cardstock. So I'm so glad that you asked that question, because when I'm in person, that's something that I can ask people, and then as new people join here, then some people might have that same question too. So that's great. Thank you. Hi, Beth. Hi, Chris. Okay, so here's my punch, and so I'm just going to line that up here too, and I love how easy it is to just put all of this in there like so, and then boom, two of them just fly out. Get it? They're butterflies. Fly right out of there basically, and so they are ready to go. Now that I have them punched out, it's going to be a lot easier to take the little body pieces here and stamp those, because before I punch them out, it's almost hard to know like where the body is going to start and end. So these are just those little tiny body stamps that are in the images too, and that just completes the butterfly by putting them right in the middle there. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so let me do a little bit of assembly first, and then I will do some more stamping too. So I feel like the card, in my mind, there's no right or wrong, but I feel like the darker and the lighter, like the darker should be on the bottom and the lighter on the top. Look at how fun that Granny Apple green color is. It was almost hard to put my adhesive on that one because it's like, that would make such a fun background for a card too. So I might just have to order $50 again to get another pack of this free stuff too. Yes,
Grandma.
yes, honey.
I want you to go downstairs with
Okay,
me.
I will when I'm done with my video, sweetheart, okay? So, and then I'm just going to take this little 2" by 5¼ inch strip here, and I'm going to put that right in the middle of my card, like so, and that's going to be the center here, like this. So we have that. So that's how that looks. And then, shh, Grandma's making a video. Those are my brushes. You can play with this. Okay. All right. So let me get out my my mat again, because the next stamp I'm going to use is photopolymer again. And I have my Blackberry Bliss. I know, Grandma. Weston's getting his tonsils out tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'll be spending some extra cuddle Grandma time with him after that. It might be rough days at first where Mom might need to go to work and appreciate somebody just to snuggle with. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Okay, so here's that sentiment. You've been on my mind. I love the font and how clear that is. And then I'm going to pull out this punch here, and this one is a carryover. So if you're not seeing it in the annual catalog or the current mini catalog and such, it was in the holiday one, and it's a carryover. But when I post the still shot of this card, I will list the name of it. And in my link too, I'll be able to put the code number and everything on there too. So I love how it just does that quick and easy banner cut there for us. And I kept it long because that way it's just easier to hang on to. And then when I'm done, I can just clip it like that. And then I have this Blackberry Bliss cut 3/4 by about 3 1/4. And then that I can just slide in there too. And I actually think I was playing a trick to see how this would work, and it worked really well with my first one. I kind of cut this piece in between 1 inch and 3/4. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of get it to lay in between those two valleys the first time. Yes, it worked out really well. You never know if it's gonna kind of get that cut off a little bit, but there, I got it centered. So there, it did work out good. So sometimes you can play around, even though it's meant for 3 levels, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch on there. You can still kind of maneuver it the way you want. And I have done that a few times, and it just turns out to be exactly how I want it. And that's always a fun thing. So I'm just going to kind of center this right on there, like so, and line up those banners right in the middle. And then it just kind of adds a whole nother depth by backing the white with the Blackberry Bliss there too. So that's ready to go on. But before I put that on, I think I'm going to wrap my twine around here. So the You've Got, I always call it You've Got Snail Mail Twine Combo Pack has both a pretty pink, which is a great color to have with that Oh So Ombre that I just showed you. But I'm just going to use the white today, because that's really going to make all the white on the sentiment and these little circles really pop. So that's kind of fun. So I'm just going to wrap this around my card a couple times like so. And I'm going to pull this. I'm so excited to get some strength back in my fingers and be able to work with my ribbons. Some of you are probably like, I hope she doesn't go back to working with lots of ribbons. Some of you I know don't care for ribbons, so the less I use ribbons, the more you're like, yep, that is my style of card making. Okay, so that is just that little added pop by adding the white twine to that. And then I can start kind of doing a little bit more assembling here with my dimensionals. So I'm going to put about 3 dimensionals across my sentiment to pop that up. And it kind of took me a little while to figure out where I wanted to put my butterflies. I felt like this was a pretty solid piece, so I kind of wanted to anchor that on the bottom of my card like so. And then I realized what I was struggling with is I needed more than 2 butterflies. And I know often I tell you guys that I like things, especially my little embellishments and accessories, in groups of 3. So the punch punches out the large and the small. Here's my mini dimensionals. So these are just so perfect for little tiny butterflies like that. So I have my little mini dimensionals, and they actually just kind of fit. Like I said, once again, it's like Stampin' Up! Knows exactly what size to make these little things. So back to the butterflies, I felt like it needed 3. So ahead of time, because you saw me color 2, I colored a 3rd one to have on hand and ready to go. So you didn't have to be painstakingly watch me color that 3rd one in too. And I felt like that is what the card needed, was just a trio of butterflies instead of just 2. So I felt like, okay, and just lifting the butterflies. So I just put 1 dimensional, 2, like these little ones got the minis, and this one just 1. And then you can kind of flip those up to kind of give that butterfly flight. And hopefully the person that gets it in the mail doesn't have it to look so totally flat by the time they get it. And if they're a crafter, they can fluff theirs again too. So then for the inside, I'm just going to do a really simple inside, and that I'm just going to ink up my butterflies and just kind of have them going almost on and off the inside. And I'm not going to color those in. For those that are all about the coloring, that would be a fun thing for you to do to continue on. Sometimes I like just the black and white inside where you have the theme followed through, but it just gives it a subtle followed through touch. So that's what I'm going to put for the inside. And because it's kind of a thinking of you card, I'm not going to do anything for any kind of sentiment for the inside. I'm just going to leave it like that. But there again, I love how this white twine for the inside, baker's twine, really pops with the white inside of the card too. And then I wanted a little bit of an embellishment, so I pulled out today my metallic pearls. So when you buy the metallic pearls, you get a sheet of gold and a sheet of silver, and I thought the silver would kind of be a pretty addition to the Oh So Ombre paper. So I'm just going to use my take your pick tool and just kind of pull off about 3 of those and kind of put them here, there, and here like so. Just add a little bit. And then the nice thing about these pearls, they don't stick up much, so having the butterflies lifted up kind of makes the card evenly popped up either between those accessories and the butterflies. So that is card number 2 for Dawn Earlbeck. So thank you for joining in and watching that today with me. So how that works too, if you're new to this, is if you use, oops, here I am, the code, I often cover up most of the code as I'm working on my desk space, but after every video, then I go and post the still shot of the card that I just created, as well as the hostess information, including that code, and then everything used to make today's card. Sometimes Stampin' Up! Hasn't been easy to work with for putting the free products. So if you see that I maybe have omitted the Oh So Ombre paper as one of the selections when you click on the actual link to all the products that goes to my store, it could be that they don't have that link for me. So that's been kind of interesting as I type things in and try and have it all there for you. But always know when I type things out, the description of the card, it's always typed there, and it's just that link that sometimes they might not have that there. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Tori. It was fun to put that together because, like I said, it was one of those things where, yeah, Linda, I wanted those colors to just kind of happen, and I even pulled out different colors of blends and did different things, and so those butterflies are sitting off to the side for another day or another note card or something that I'm going to make. But I was really happy how this kind of all came together finally for me. And so if I do things and tell you that they're set aside, and this is what I came up with, and you guys want to copy something like that, then you don't have to go through all the work of, I wonder what would work well for this. So hopefully take some of that guesswork out for you that have a lot of these types of crafting supplies already as well. So to get Dawn's cards, if you place a minimum $25 order using her host code, you will get to the cards that I'm making for Dawn's party. So that was yesterday's chick card, today's butterfly card. And then whatever I'm making tomorrow, it's a surprise. So then on Friday, it'll be Friday by then, and then I will start in with February stamp camp cards too. So I will keep crafting and such. So I'm glad to say it was a great day. Even got to have lunch with my middle son up in Mankato. So that was great to touch base with him too and check in with him. So it was a good day overall, and I'm so happy to give you great news about my wrist. I kind of really thought it was going to be good news, but I'm glad to say it really is. So because good news means that I keep getting to craft for you guys too. So let me know if you have any questions, and yes, I will go spend time with Weston now, and I'll upload the card too. But we just got some new cars, so I think that's why he's pretty excited to have me go play with him. So I better go do that. Take care, you guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.